very spot.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد.
Hey everyone, today we're diving into one of the shortest but maybe one of the most powerful chapters in the entire Quran, Surah Al-Ikhlas, the chapter of purity. It's just 4 verses that so many of us know by heart, but the depth packed into them, well, it's pretty mind-blowing. So let's get into it. So right off the bat, we're faced with this huge, almost unbelievable idea. How on earth can this tiny chapter, just 4 lines, carry the same spiritual weight as 1/3 of the whole Quran? I mean, it sounds impossible, right? But this isn't just some nice saying or a metaphor. It's a profound spiritual reality that we're going to unpack together.
And look, this isn't just someone's opinion. This statement comes directly from the Prophet Muhammad himself. The story goes that one of his companions was praying all night, and he only recited this one surah, over and over again. When the Prophet heard about it, he confirmed its incredible value, saying that yes, it is equivalent to 1/3 of the Quran. So the question is, why? What makes it so powerful?
Well, to even begin to understand its value, we have to start with its name, Al-Ikhlas. It means the sincerity or the purity. But here's the really wild part. If you actually read the chapter, the word Al-Ikhlas is nowhere in it. The name doesn't come from the text. It comes from its message, its very soul.
The name comes from the Arabic root khalafa, which means something that is pure, totally clear, and unmixed. And you know, the Quran gives us this incredible picture to help us understand it. It talks about pure, delicious milk that comes from between waste and blood inside an animal. It emerges perfectly clean, completely untouched by the impurities around it. That's the idea of khalafa. And this is where it gets really cool. In Arabic, a small change in the word takes you from khalafa, something that is pure, to akhlasa, which is an action. It becomes the process of making something pure. It's the act of filtering out all the junk, removing all the contaminants until only the pure essence is left. So, Al-Ikhlas isn't just about being pure. It's the conscious, active effort of purifying your belief in God, stripping away every single false idea or attachment.
Okay, so to really get this, we need to go back in time. See, this chapter didn't just appear out of nowhere. It came down as a direct, powerful, and very clear answer to some very specific questions people were asking the Prophet.
So, picture the scene. You're in Makkah. The polytheists there were used to worshiping idols they literally carved out of stone, wood, gold, and silver. So they come to the Prophet Muhammad and they ask him, "Describe your God to us. What's he made of? Is it gold, silver?" They could only think about a God in physical, material terms. And this wasn't just a one-off theme. Later on, another group, this time from Khaibar, came with a similar line of thinking. They said, "Okay, we get it. You say angels are made from light, Adam was made from clay, so what about your Lord? What's he made of?" Again and again, people were trying to fit the Creator into a box made for the creation. So, in response to all of this, bam, Surah Al-Ikhlas is revealed, and it just completely shatters their entire worldview. Just look at this contrast. They asked, is he made of gold? The answer? He is Ahad, the absolute, unique one. They believed gods had sons and daughters and partners. The answer? He is As-Samad, the self-sufficient who needs no one. They worship things that were born from the earth or from other gods. The answer? He does not give birth, nor was he born. They made statues that looked like them. The answer? There is absolutely nothing that can compare to him. So you see, this chapter is a declaration. It's a complete, concise, and perfect definition of God that purifies our belief from every possible mistake or distortion. Let's quickly walk through these 4 pillars of truth. He is Allah, the One. And Ahad doesn't just mean the number 1. It means uniquely one, absolutely indivisible, one of a kind. Second, Allah as-Samad. This means He is the eternal, the absolute, the one that all of creation, you, me, the stars, everything, depends on for its needs. Third, He was not born, nor does He give birth. This just completely negates any idea of a divine family, parents, or children. And finally, and there is nothing comparable to Him, a final, definitive statement that just demolishes any attempt to imagine God in a physical form. Now, because this declaration is so pure, so foundational, the rewards for understanding it and reciting it are just off the charts. We're talking about blessings that go way beyond a normal prayer. So let's go back to that big question. Why is it 1/3 of the Quran? Well, scholars have explained that the Quran's message basically revolves around 3 huge themes. One is laws and how to live, another is stories of the past, and the third is the nature of God himself. Surah Al-Ikhlas is the pure, concentrated, perfect explanation of that third theme. It is the definition of Allah. That's where its incredible spiritual weight comes from. And the blessings are also really tangible. The Prophet promised that whoever recites this chapter 10 times every single day, Allah will build a house for them in paradise. I mean, just think about that. A specific promise for a consistent daily act of remembering this fundamental truth. And if you really want to feel the gravity of loving this surah, just listen to this incredible story. There was a companion of the Prophet who loved Al-Ikhlas so much he recited it all the time. When he passed away, the Prophet, who was miles away, suddenly noticed the sunlight seemed to dim. Just then, the angel Gabriel came and told him that 70,000 angels had descended from the heavens just to pray at this man's funeral. So many that they momentarily blocked the sun's light. All of that for a man whose heart was attached to these 4 verses. And this all leads us to the most crucial point, right? Al-Ikhlas isn't just a chapter to recite with our lips. It's a principle to live by. Its theology is meant to directly shape how we act and how we worship. Let's just zoom in on that one name, As-Samad, the one who is self-sufficient, the one to whom all creation turns for its needs. Really, truly understanding this one attribute is the key to sincere worship, because if he's the one that everyone and everything ultimately depends on, then it only makes sense that every single prayer, every hope, every cry for help has to be directed to him and only him. Turning to anyone or anything else for ultimate help just doesn't make sense anymore. That is the practical meaning of ikhlas, sincerity. So you see, Surah Al-Ikhlas is this amazing declaration of God's complete independence, and at the same time, it's a blueprint for our complete dependence on him. It's the ultimate filter for our faith. So the next time you recite these 4 short verses, maybe in your prayers, the question is, what new truth, what deeper sense of sincerity will you find in them? Thanks for joining me for this one.
Terima kasih udah nonton.